what is the beginning, middle, and end, you need to think of the kind of story that you want to write. Okay? So, I don't know. If you want some other paper, you do it. Okay? Well, so, you need to figure out what kind of story do you want to write. You want to write a true story, which is a nonfiction, or a fiction story, which is one that you make up. Okay? About whatever you want. It's your story. Okay? So, if that's the case, the first thing we want to think of is the characters. Who are the characters in your story? So, at the top of your paper, I want you to write characters. Can you help write that? Yeah. Characters.
Let's see.
Mm-hmm. Can you help? Right here. Characters. Hey everyone, today we are learning how to write structured stories. We are learning structured storytelling today. Just write that down. So, characters. Alright, right here. Let's set this one here. So, depending on what kind of story you're writing, whether it's nonfiction or fiction, is going to determine the kind of characters you have in your story. If you're making fiction, you can make up any type of characters you want, aliens, monsters, whatever. If you are writing a nonfiction story, which is a true story, then the characters are going to be the people that were there when that thing happened. So what are you going to write? So the first thing we're going to do, monsters, well, that would be fiction. Okay? So if that's the type of story that you want to write, figure out what type of characters you want. You might want a hero, you might want a villain, you might want monsters. So think about the kind of story you want to write, and then think about the type of characters that are going to be needed to tell your story. Write it down on the paper. The characters for your story. What type of story are you writing? No, because we need to structure it first. So first, let's figure out who all is in the story. So we're going to figure out who all your characters are first. So that's the only character in the story? There's nobody else. Just him. So he's not talking to nobody. He's not interacting with nobody. It's just him. He's a quiet character? Okay, so then you're going to need to think of your setting, where the story is going to take place. So skip a line so that it's not all mixed together. Once you figure out who all your characters are,